Hi, Eric and John. This is Mike Netzer. I was just with you in the meeting this afternoon, and I wanted to make a short video to show you what WinRock has done for this watershed ecosystem service tool, the WEST tool, just as an example of how we might integrate with SEI and WRI's tools. And I think there are a lot of great collaboration points. But I just wanted to do really quickly this video. I apologize for the awesome guitar music. I can't get rid of it. That's the freeware that I'm using. But maybe I'll just take you really quickly through what we call the WEST tool does, and it'll just help give you a better understanding of what it is. So what you're looking at now is basically the home page. Right when you log on, it gives you an example. It tells you kind of about the WEST tool, so you can read through that to get more information. And then you have all these tabs up at the top that you can kind of navigate through. Data sources, for example, you can go to and see a lot of the sources that we used for developing the WEST tool, which is basically a bunch of remote sensing data on land cover change combined with SWOT's hydrological modeling, and then a lot of detailed analysis taking local data and spatial data and compiling it in to create these series of data sets, which I'll then show you. And these data sets can be used to answer a series of different questions, right? So the essential data set is land cover and land cover change, and you can hit different tools, or what we call widgets, and then you can watch, say, this land cover change for all of Cambodia change over time. Okay, the internet might be a little bit slow, but so you can visualize all across Cambodia land cover changes. So that's a nice feature, and you can zoom in right on certain areas to see those land cover changes in more detail, right? You can hit info boxes here to get a little more information on what this particular tab in the WEST tool does, and you can read about that and hit different links. So then you have carbon, you have people and economy, you have soil. We can look here at another tab. This one looks at aquifer recharge, right? So this is all based on SWOT modeling and uses basically unique characteristics of rainfall slopes, soil, and land use to get at what the aquifer recharge is for any given area of land. And again, you can see that as land use changes across the landscape, that aquifer recharge changes, right? We had it disappear there for a second, but these tools are both good for visualization. And you can also look, one more tab here, is soil, so sediment loss in tons per hectare and nutrient loss in kilograms per hectare. And so again, we can look at these different layers, and there's a number of functions for cool visualizations. You can zoom in and out. Each pixel is at the 1 hectare level, so you can really zoom way in to get that level of detail, and you can see change over time. Just jumping straight ahead, then, how does this tool get used, really? Well, you can also use it for analysis, right? So now we're looking at another tab called the Analysis tab, and just to kind of quickly go through it, I can look at all analysis. I can import a shapefile, a GIS shapefile, or I can draw a shape on the map and do an analysis there on any one of the underlying layers. And so I can do an analysis both in the past, looking at the historic changes in land cover and their impacts on water, and I can do some projections into the future, asking the question, what if this forest was converted into cropland, plantation developed, etc. So if I just do a very quick one here, I'm going to draw a shape there, and then I select a tool. It's annual deforestation, annual sediment and nitrate. So here I can look at, if I click on that tool, I can execute that tool, and for that area, right, that I selected, the computer is going to give, the WEST tool is going to give me an output which provides me with information, in this case, on annual sediment loss in tons between 2000 and 2013, right? So due to land cover changes, that is the sediment loss and the increase in sediment loss. You can do this for aquifer recharge, evaporation, runoff, nutrients, all of these different things, and then the user can export that data out to a CSV file for their own analysis. We've built templates and done a number of other things that we think are pretty cool, and we think is nice because it's really focused on land cover change, and it's spatially explicit. So you could, in a sense, incorporate, a bunch of projects into one of these watersheds or across all of Cambodia and run the tool and see what the impact was, both on water quality and on erosion type processes. Speaking of which, you can also click on these rivers here and get outputs for flow and different water quality parameters. There you can see at this point on the land, you can see all this data right here, and this tells us, for this river, tells us the size of the watershed, and it tells us changes in flow, changes in sediment load, changes in nutrient load as a result of land cover changes. Anyhow, I hope that's really useful. Please don't hesitate to contact me. It's really exciting to be working with you guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.